Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Greenside Experience. We're here in our GDB Design Dash custom home project. We were in this house pre-drywall in one of our previous episodes, and we talked about drywall returns into our windows. So now that we're drywalled and we have our corner bead and tearaway bead fittings on, I wanted to show you a little bit more about how that's going to be finished. So if you zoom in here, you can see we have our standard corner bead, which is a metal corner bead, and the drywall behind it returns into the window jamb, giving us an equal reveal all the way around. Now, when we return that drywall in, we want to make sure that we have a clean, crisp line at this reveal so it looks sharp. So what we end up using is a trim piece called a tearaway. So it's plastic, it glues in right at the edge, butts up to the jamb, and then they mud to it, they tape to it with their knife, and then when we're all done, it has this piece that tears away, and that's why it's called a tearaway bead. You'll see it just pulls off like that, and that gives us a super crisp line right at the jamb of the window, and probably about a 1/16 of a gap where we can caulk that, and the painter can break his paint right in there nice, crisp, and clean. So we're up here at a window that's actually mudded in and taped. Not the finish coat, but almost there. And you can see how this finishes off. Nice and clean into the window jamb. This is the tearaway bead that we're gonna pull off. I don't wanna pull it off yet until they're done taping, but you can see how it's gonna look. This wall paint will continue here to the corner and wrap in, and then we'll break it at that joint with the window paint. So our homes are finished to a level 4.5, I call it. It's not a level 4 finish and it's not a level 5 finish. It's somewhere in between. When you go to a level 5 finish, it's an entire skim coat over the entire wall and you get a super flat, super smooth finish. We're not quite that far along in our finish. I like to say we're a 4.5. So as we get into our shower enclosures, we like to use a Durarock product, all right? So we put this on all the walls in the shower and tub enclosures, and depending on if they have a steam unit or if they have a rain head or some kind of fixture that's gonna create steam or water on the ceiling, we will put Durarock on the ceiling. Almost every master bath we do has Durarock on the ceiling, where the ancillary baths just have green board. So once this is done, you can see there's a skim mud coat on here. Our tiler will come in and he will waterproof the entire enclosure, all the walls, shower seats, our floor. We have a rubber membrane system on the floor already. So at framing stage, we come in here, or our tile guy comes in, and he sets a rubber membrane all one piece, flashes the entire bottom, turns it up the wall approximately 6 to 12 inches. And then our Durarock comes down on top of that. Then he pours a concrete base on top of the rubber membrane. So now we're completely waterproofed and we are pitched with our concrete floor. So when it's ready for tile, which will be probably in another couple of weeks, he will set the tile right on top of this concrete and pitch everything to our drain. This particular drain is a linear drain off to the side. As you can see, we like to hide our random shoes here in the shower. You never know when you're gonna need another pair of shoes. You ready to go on film?
Oh yes, I'm ready. Come on now guys, let's keep the ball rolling. Get you guys going here, we want to be behind. With 2 odds behind on this house. After McLaughlin, am I?
Here's your ladder.
We gotta get the heat on here, 25 tomorrow. Keep the guys going.
I don't know why you need that ladder. You're like a dog. You're taller sitting than you are standing. We are down in the golf sim room in this house. So you'll notice we have about a 2.5 foot drop here from the main level basement down to the golf sim area. That's primarily to give us some ceiling height when guys are here, or gals, swinging their golf clubs and making sure they're not going to hit the ceiling. So we've installed a bunch of these now in our custom homes. I'll take you to another house in a bit, and I'll show you just at foundation stage so you can get a better idea of how the foundation breaks down. When we do install these, we like to make sure we are protected with our sump pumps, a little overkill. So we have 2 pits in here just for this little area, and we'll have backups in each pit. So we're going to essentially have 4 sump pumps down here to take care of any stormwater issues that may arise. And then we also have, in the main level basement on the other side, we'll have a sump pump on the main level as well. Another little feature we like to do in our Greenside homes is this piece of 5/8 plywood here at the bottom of the wall in the lower deep sections of these basements. So, and these basements, when we're building them and we don't have power yet, or we don't have temporary power yet, we're always at risk of flooding in these basements because there's no pumps on. There's no power to power the sump pumps. So we might get a little bit of water in these basements until we have power and our sump pumps running. So one thing we do to kind of combat any future mold problems is the bottom 5 inches of the wall, instead of running our drywall all the way down, we'll run plywood. So plywood is going to be more resilient to water, right, or dampness. The drywall will come down, sit on the 5/8 plywood, it'll be flush, and our baseboard will end up covering this entire thing. So you'll never see it, but it's there just in case. One thing we also do is I tell my insulator to leave the insulation up off the basement floor. Now we are 13.5 feet down. We don't have to worry about insulation or R value here this deep. Actually, we only really need insulation down to this level. But we keep it up just in case there's any dampness, any little residual water before the pumps turn on, and we don't want our fiberglass bats touching any of that water. It could be future mold problems down the road.
What a fucking day. What's that thing on your chest?
You got to be mic'd up.
What?
You got to mic up.
For what? Oh. I thought we were done with that shit.
Huh? What's he saying? What's he talking about?
Some kind of gibberish. All right there, Cousin Johnny, tell us what you're doing.
Fixing Mike's F-ups. He screwed up when he installed this door, so I'm fixing it. Take that down there. We're flashing this door. That's what we're at. All right, take that hammer. Here, Colin, while you're doing nothing there. Here, Colin. Huskell the fail. Give me another one. Another one. Colin. All right, give me that roll, Colin. Colin. Give me another one. Colin. 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 You know, I'm usually the one doing the work and the boys are watching me. You probably can notice that on the video there. What do you think of that? Like, see what happens when I make that statement? Kill 2 birds with 1 stone there, Colin. A few of those, If I knew you were coming, I would have done the makeup and the hair.
Wouldn't have helped, John.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have helped.
All right, Colin, cut me a small piece of that, please.